Hello beginners! Thanks for working on my tune. I just wanted to give you a couple of pointers as you're working on this piece. First thing is the slides that you'll see in measure 6. If you were watching Mark and Maggie's tutorials, they have already talked about how there are slides in fiddle music, but they aren't a cheesy thing. They bring a lot of feeling to the music. So really express something when you're doing these slides. It's not just technique. It gives you a sort of pull on the offbeat. Remember in my general tutorial I was talking about rhythm, and it gives you this lopsided feeling in a way to have that slide. And it's hard to notate these things because you don't want to actually slide from the F natural to an F sharp. Hear how that's different as opposed to. It's really a feeling, so really feel it in your mind and hear it first in your head. Boom, boom. You know, if you were singing something, you wouldn't hear true pitches from the start of these slides. And make sure you have a really relaxed left hand, but conversely, a little accent at the start of those on your bow to really emphasize the rawness. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the chop. You all get to chop, nobody else does. Intermediate doesn't, advanced doesn't. And chopping is the only time I would ever ask for you all to not play with a straight bow. In fact, you're going to be going this way on your violin. So there are actually a lot of tutorials about this on YouTube, so I would recommend checking those out because this is going to be really quick. What you're going to be doing, there are a few things you do here. You're actually going to tilt your bow stick towards you. So this is actually the opposite of what we tend to do when we're playing. We tilt the bow away. We're tilting it towards us, and we're actually going to have our bow slanted a little bit, so the tip closer to us. And then what you do, this is a finger and wrist motion only. You could even, if you want to practice this with your arm close to your side, so you know that you're just using your fingers. It's kind of like one of these choppy motions, right? So practice that without your bow, and then with the bow. And this is kind of like, if you've ever gone ice skating, it's like putting your skates in the ice to make you stop. And that's why we're going at an angle, because you're going to stop quicker. So you want to make sure that there's enough pressure. It's a little bit of it's angled pressure. It's not exactly down. That doesn't quite get the right sound. It's not sideways because you don't want to skate. It's diagonal. But make sure there's enough pressure and you stay pressing so the bow stops completely. And that's the chop. And so we're going to be chopping through section C because that's really complicated music, but the groove, as I've told you, is the most important part of American folk music. So you, between us, you are the most important part in this music if you decide to play along with intermediate and advanced. So again, if you have any more questions about the chop, just check it out online. There's so many people out there. And you can make a lot of very cool rhythms with the chop as you get to know it. Then you will also hear in my audio version of this tune where you see double stops in the third bar. If you want to add a shuffle bowing, you can, and check out the intermediate tutorial when I talk about the shuffle bowing, so that would sound like. Good luck to you all with your sliding and your chopping, and I'll see you this weekend.